Right folks, and welcome back to Xhiefs Drinking. This is video number 3 in my Americana series that I'm doing around the whiskies of America that I have on my shelf downstairs. I've done a bourbon, I've done a rye, and this time we're going back to bourbon. This is a straight bourbon, so it's in on my 2 years. I left this one, which is a Distiller Select. Actually, it tells you how old it is, but the one that we're going to be going for today is, you've seen the title, you already know, it's Woodford Reserve. Nice little bottle. Got this in a Christmas gift set to make old fashions. 20cl bottle, 43.2% proof. Woodford Reserve, Kentucky bourbon. Now they pride themselves in being like the Woodford Reserve Distillery. It's a National Historic Landmark of 1812, but actually Woodford Reserve as a brand only came out in 1996. It's not that old, but they've managed to cultivate a really nice history around it and make it seem like it's one of the most premium other bourbons that are out there. It's not an expensive bourbon by any means. It's £34 roughly normally for a bottle, 70cl bottle, so 700ml bottle in the UK. Decent measure. It's getting late in the day. Immediately, what do we get in the nose?
This is fascinating stuff.
I want to say cherry cola, almost like a garage smell, an MOT garage smell. There's a sweetness to it, like a cherry fizzy cola bottle. Now, in the first one, I said it felt quite weak, quite like there's a body to this. There's definitely a richness that you taste immediately, and that fullness, and that's like cherry. The sweetness isn't too overpowering, and that it's not got that, like I said in the last one, the toffee and the cola and like the sugar. So there's a smoothness to it. You can drink this straight. I think that's the first thing I've noticed. This is the first of these whiskies I've tried, these American whiskies and bourbons particularly, where you can actually you could sip that with ice. Water. I don't know if I meant add water to bourbon, but I'm just doing it because I know it opens the alcohol up. Smoothness is there immediately, almost like a nice Chesterfield couch. I'm still getting that fizzy cherry cola bottle, which if you've not had sweets like that, then it's quite hard to understand. But I think that's the thing about them. They're all inherently sweet. Bourbon's got that reputation of a sweet whiskey, but really smooth. Really easy to drink. Now I know some people will say there's citrus and there's cinnamon, but the dusting of the top of a cappuccino, chocolate smell, and the bodies there, and it's that creaminess, almost a bit reminds me a wee bit of the Xhiefs body, the Xhiefs 18, where there's just that kind of a body, a more creaminess to it, and a body that is enjoyable. Actually, really, this is a nice one. I'm into this, but I don't know if I do wonder if that's because it almost has more kind of whiskey. The feel of it is more like a whiskey. By that I mean a more traditional Scotch whiskey. No, I'm enjoying this. Thank God. And that's no disparage the other two. I think I would say of the two bourbons so far, this one is higher. Would I get a bourbon on the rocks? No, that's not. I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think it's my palate. I don't think it's for me on its own. I think the first one is great for just a home bar. If you're just having whiskies and coke, bourbon and coke, I think it's a good whiskey. I think this would be a great bourbon coke. I would love to try this. I think I might with just a coke. I think for an old fashioned, I now 100% understand why you would make an old fashioned with this. The sweetness with the syrup and the Angostura bitters and the orange would just bring this to life. Woodford Reserve, well done. Not that you need me to do it. This was the Distiller Select version. Master Distiller, who's the Master Distiller? Chuck Norris. I think it's Chris Morris. Part 3 done. I told you, smashing through these videos. Boom, boom, boom. Last ones were more in depth. I think took some feedback on them, maybe make them a bit more concise and shorter. But again, in the comments, let me know. Do you want longer form, more detailed ones? Do you want shorter form, quicker to the point? Now, this is only part of a range of videos that we're going to be making. So, and I say me, part of a series that I'm going to be making. So let me know if you want something a bit different. Definitely let me know. Hit like, hit subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff that people say, and I'll continue drinking these things and making these videos. Right, cheers for that. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later. That's better.